So based on our last tutorial, I have created a little bit of more platforms in here. And now I would like our character to jump. So we go here to prefabs and to our fox. And we go here where we have character jump. So I will activate this ability. And you see the most important part, as always, you can just leave your mouse in here and read what is the configuration for. But the important ones are with the jump behavior. So how many jumps do we want to make? Let's say we want to make, just for testing purposes, 2 jumps. So we can jump twice. And then the jump height, I think 3, that's okay. Then also where he can jump. So I would like that he can jump from the ground and from ladders. And the coyote time, that is like the Roadrunner coyote. You remember when he was running over the edge, he was still able to make 1-2 steps in the edge without touching the ground. And so you can set that one. It makes your game a little bit more fun. You think the controllers are more responsive if you put something in. I guess I will do something like that. And he can jump down one-way platform, so we can jump down, that's okay. So I will save that and click on play. So yes, that's not high enough. But we can jump twice. Yeah, right. So we are able to jump. So now we can jump too, but I have a small problem. At the moment, when you want to play, you can only use A and D for left and right, and I was born and raised with Nintendo and the gamepads and everything, so I have a small issue with using those. So I would like to use my arrows, at least for testing. So for that we can go here to Edit and Project Settings, and I will dock that here. And we have under the project settings our input manager. So here you see all the axes. And remember when you said that the character would be player 1, so we have now the possibility to change player 1 horizontal. So this is one of the Corgi Engine. At the moment it's A and D, and I would like to add left and right, so he can now understand our arrows. And the same for the vertical one, it's S and W, and I will put down and up. So if I save that, and I will link another tutorial in the description so that you can go dig a little bit deeper what this input manager is, because let's say you would need more of it. If you scroll that down, you will see we have here more horizontals which you could use for joystick axis, so that you can use your Xbox controller and stuff like that. But at the moment I was just mentioning it because it bothered me when I started with it. So let's test that, and hopefully yes, I can move now with my arrows. Great. I would like now to challenge you. The thing is, we have now a perfect level here. Well, perfect, far-fetched, but we have a decent level here. But something is missing, our enemy. So you see under the assets, under sprites, we have the enemies and we have the opossum. Try to remember how we created our character and try to create by yourself the enemy. Okay, so let's start to create our enemy. If you remember, for the pixel art for our tile maps we had 16 by 16 pixels, so we should correct that in here. By pixels per unit we set 16, else our enemy would be just too small to play. So we apply that, and now we can drag and drop all together. So if you import just one, then you just have one sprite, but if you import all, then you have already an animation. So we will put that under animation, and the new animation will be called opossum walk. So if we go here under animations, we have now the opossum walk animation, and we should also have an opossum controller. So, and let's change also here the name to opossum. And now our opossum needs artificial intelligence. So we add the component and we add the character. So here we have the character. So instead of having player like we had last time, we have now artificial intelligence, and we have already our animator in here, and we can now create, instead of clicking on auto build player character, we have the auto build AI character. Very well. So now we can start and configure it. Now that we have our enemy, I would like him to have a job. So I would like that he's walking around here left and right and waiting to kill me. So I will move in here, and I will definitely deactivate all those that we don't need. So the artificial intelligence walk is the one that I need, and the rest can go away more or less. The only thing that I will keep is the horizontal movement, because I need him to walk left and right. I would like also to have the level bounce, the health, and the Corgi controller. So to the character, remember the fox was looking right, now this one is looking left. So we need to change that, else he will walk pointing his tail where he's walking. Then the box collider. It is at the moment not very optimal, so let's change that. Yes. Okay. The only thing I should mention is the Corgi Engine doesn't like the collider not having that on 0. So at the moment I will leave it with 0 even if the nose is not in. Okay. So that means if we click here on AI walk, you see we have here patrol. We can also have a move on sight, so he will stay still until he sees the enemy and then he would walk to it. But at the moment I would like to have the patrol, and if I don't click anything then he will just walk and fall down and fall down. But or he will walk until he would have some obstacle and then go back. But in here I tell him to avoid falling. So let's save that, and if we click on play, I hope I set everything right. Oh yes. So now he's patrolling, and if you would like to change how fast he's walking, so then you change that in the character horizontal movement. Okay. So I think it's pretty unfair that he's walking around and it's killing me like that and I have no chance to hurt him. So if I look here into the abilities of the fox, there is nothing which could hurt him. I could start with handle weapons and give him something like a gun, or maybe he can shoot fire, or I don't know, foxtails or whatever. But I said I would like to have it a little bit more Mario-like, so I will go to the opossum and tell the Corgi Engine that I want the opossum to be stompable. So you see I have already tried that out. So stompable. Now we have added a new ability which was not included at the first script, and I can tell him how much. So the damage should be, let's say 1, no, 10. So it means 1 stomp and he's dead. Now let's try that out. Whoop! And that's it. Great. So I killed him. Let's go and make... I like that, like it is, so I will do a Control D and make 1 prefab. And this would be the possum, and then underscore P, because that's the possum that is patrolling, right? And now I would like to have one which is attacking me when he sees me, so I can see move on site. And here I can say how much I would like him to have the site and what he should look like. Yeah, I mean, in which layer he should look. So he should look on the player layer. Means to me, and then the X offset, let's say 2 of them. Okay, and that would be the opossum 1. I will delete that opossum here, the prefab, and then I will only have this opossum. So he should not move until he sees me. Oops, and he saw me. Have you seen that? Now he's attacking me because he saw me. Let's make that level start maybe a little bit in here. So, and now you see that in here? That's his side. So if I go in his side, he will move against me. And because I set him stompable, I can kill him. So now we have 2 different opossums. And this is opossum attack on site. So now we have 2 different opossums with different behaviors as prefab, and now we can fill wherever we like our enemies.